Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 11th of October 2023. This day is celebrated as International Day of the Girl Child. Give girls an opportunity to lead, putting them in the forefront of change efforts, hearing their voices, responding to their asks, and welcoming them in decision-making spaces. It is one of the ways to invest in a future that believes in girls' agency. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, the Hindu states that Israel Hamas war day 4 live updates rocket fire towards the Israel from Lebanon. Death toll from Hamas attack over 1,000. Brig General Dan Gold spoke as Israel was pressing ahead with a fiery offensive of airstrike in Gaza that has claimed 830 lives. The Hindu newspaper also states that India unequivocally condemns terrorism in all its forms, says Prime Minister Modi. People of India stand firmly with Israel in this difficult hour, says Prime Minister. The Hindu newspaper also states that Centre launched protocol to manage malnutrition in children at Anganwadi. The protocol for management of malnutrition in children was launched by Union Minister for Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani. The Hindu newspaper also states that embezzlement case against Naidu is outside Section 17A protections. AP government counters in Supreme Court. The petition failed by Chandrababu Naidu has alleged of an orchestrated campaign of revenge by the government to derail the largest opposition in the state. Indian Express newspaper also states that cracks visible as Arab envoys wait for the Dollywood, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Salam, Hamas. Thanking Netanyahu for his phone call and providing an update on the ongoing situation, Modi in a post on the accelerator said India strongly and unequally condemns terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. Remarks reiterated in a statement by Prime Minister's office. Indian Express also states that Supreme Court will hear pleas against electoral bonds on 31st October. Farasat said there were disclosure requirements earlier under the Companies Act and the representation of the People Act. It said that a three-judgment presided by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud fixed the date after the petitioners decided not to press their challenge to the scheme being passed as a money bill in a parliament, and said that it would focus on the other aspects, including legal violations of Article 40, 19, 1st A and 21st of the Constitution. Indian Express also states that Rajasthan Rifle Association coach booked for rape and mobilization of 5 shooters. According to the police, an FIR was lodged against the coach on Sunday. He has been booked under IPC provisions including Section 376 rape and relevant sections of the POCSO Act. A Rajasthan Rifle Association coach in his late 30s has been accused of raping and molesting at least 5 women shooters, including minors, over a period of around 3 years, police said on Tuesday. DCP Yadav said investigation is in progress and the coach is yet to be arrested. Delhi left LG a nod for prosecution of the Arundhati Roy in 2010 speech case. 2 other accused in the case, Said Ali Shah Gilani, Kashmiri separatist leader, and Said Abdul Rahman Gilani, a Delhi University lecturer who was acquitted by the Supreme Court in the Parliament attack case, died during the pendency of the case, officials added. Author and activist Arundhati Roy. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Tamil Nadu cops probe 3 dogs accused of abuse and harassment by junior who died by suicide. Chennai, a second-year postgraduate resident doctor who of a private medical college in Tamil Nadu died by suicide, leaving behind a note accusing a senior doctor of sexual harassment and 2 other doctors of mental abuse, police said on Tuesday. In a handwritten suicide note, the 27-year-old listed 3 doctors, including a woman of a sexual harassment and abuse. Hindustan Times also states that 130 days after Odisha tragedy, cremation of unclaimed bodies begins. The Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation on Tuesday evening started the cremation of the 28 bodies lying unclaimed following the Bazar train tragedy in Odisha's Balasore on 2nd June. 28 bodies has been lying unclaimed in a frozen countries On Tuesday, officials started with the cremation of three bodies. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's visit to Italy put a spotlight on the WW second Indian hero. New Delhi, the heroism of the 23-year-old Indian soldier who single-handedly captured a well-defended German position during World War II returned to the spotlight on Tuesday when Defense Minister Rajnath Singh visited the sleepy hill town north of Rome to pay tributes at the war memorial named after him. Naik Yashwant Gajje, 23, he was posthumously awarded Victoria Cross for heroism in the Italian campaign during the World War II, National Army Museum, United Kingdom. From the economy of the country, from a capital to people, a lot at stake for Indian economic and Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Over 1,600 people have been killed so far since the escalation of the conflict on Saturday, including 900 Israelis and nearly 770 Palestinians in Gaza. When you look at the current status of the car industry, we have to talk about how important our open markets are. China is not an open market. Mitsubishi and Hyundai are pulling out of China. Stellantis has already pulled out. If you want to do business in China, there are so many different hurdles to take care of that companies are pulling out. I believe this is a huge chance for India, for its economy and society, to play a much more important role in establishing an open market, Helming added. Infra-voice and labor issues apart, protectionism could deter investment flows, German envoy. Currently, around 600 German companies associated with VDMA have subsidiaries present in India, out of which around 170 have production and or assembly operations. Philip Ackermann, Germany's ambassador to India. Reserve Bank of India asked Bank of Baroda to suspend new customer onboarding on its mobile app. Responding to the Reserve Bank of India's direction, the state-owned lender said it has already carried out corrective measures to address the concerns of the central bank and has initiated further steps to plug any remaining gaps. The bank does not expect the Reserve Bank of India's action to have a material impact on its overall business and growth plans. Going towards the world news, including Iran's Khamenei says Tehran was not behind the Hamas attack on Israel. Bodies of residents and militants lie in the ground of ravaged Israeli kibbutz. Putin says violence is in Israel and Palestinian shows United States failure in the Middle East. United Kingdom anti-Semitic incident is over after the start of conflict in Israel. Our heavy bombing, Palestinians in Gaza move from place to place only to discover nowhere is safe. China touts its Belt and Road infrastructure landing as an alternative for international development. Going towards the science and technology, Adobe puts generative artificial intelligence at the center of the creativity, launches a new artificial intelligence tools at its annual Adobe Max conference. Adobe showed major new artificial intelligence capabilities, highlighting how generative artificial intelligence can be used by design professionals in their daily workflow. Shantanu Narayan, CEO of Adobe, speaks during the company's annual Max conference in Los Angeles. Creativity fuels the digital economy. Generative artificial intelligence hype to fade in 2024 for bold artificial intelligence predictions. CCS Insight report suggests a reality check for generative artificial intelligence are the costs and risks catching up with the hype. The hype surrounding artificial intelligence technology has continued well into 2023 following the initial explosion in the interest in ChatGPT when it was released in November 2022. European Union's artificial intelligence regulation faced turbulence according to the report recently. At last, everything you need to know about the rare Ring of Fire annular solar eclipse on October 14 is held to be happen. During the annular solar eclipse on October 14, the sun will appear like a ring of fire in some parts of the world as the moon partially covers it. A rare annular solar eclipse is set to happen this week on October 14 when the moon will partially cover the middle part of the sun, making it appear like a ring of fire. This is how an annular solar eclipse looks like. Last, this is a famous quotation said by Bhagat Singh, whose birth anniversary is 27th of September 1907 up to 23rd of March 1931. Was a charismatic Indian revolutionary who participated in the mistaken murder of the junior British police officer in what was to be retaliation for the death of the Indian nationalist. He later took part in a largely symbolic bombing of the Central Legislative Assembly in Delhi and a hunger strike in a jail, which, on the back of the sympathetic coverage in Indian-owned newspaper, turned him into the household name in the Punjab region, and after his execution of the age 23 into a martyr and a folk hero in the northern India, borrowing ideas from the Bolshevism and anarchism. He rectified a growing militancy in India in the 1930s and prompted urgent introspection with the Indian National Congress, non-violent but eventually a successful campaign for the India's independence. Bhagat Singh says a famous quotation. He says that, but man's duty is to try and endure. Success depends upon chance and environment. Okay, thank you.